Welcome to my channel. Here are the top 10 creepy things in Toy Story. Number 10. The toys come alive when no one is looking. We've all grown up with Toy Story. It's the film that made us believe our toys come alive when we're not looking. But what if they don't? What if the toys only appear to be alive? In the film, Andy's toys only come to life when he leaves the room. As soon as he comes back, they freeze in place like they're not actually alive at all. This could suggest that the toys are only alive in our imaginations. No. 9. The toys are actually possessed by demons. In the film, the toys seem to have a mind of their own, which could suggest that they're possessed by demons or evil spirits. This is further supported by the fact that the toys are able to move and speak without being controlled by Andy. No. 8. The toys are actually vampires. In Toy Story 2, there's a scene where the toys are playing a game called Vampire's Kiss. This could be a reference to the fact that vampires are said to be immortal, just like the toys. Number 7. The toys are aliens. In Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear is mistaken for a real space ranger, which could suggest that the toys are actually aliens who crash-landed on Earth. Dolls that move when you're not looking, a teddy bear that growls, a rocking horse that won't stop rocking. Is it creepy or cute? You decide. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're answering the question, do toys have souls? If you've ever watched Toy Story, you know the toys come to life when no one's looking. They eat, sleep, play, feel emotions. They also break down, rust, get lost, just like living things, but they don't age. Woody is 100 years old, but looks like he just came out of the box. So what's the secret to their eternal youth? One theory is that toys aren't just vessels for children's play, but homes for lost souls. Children who die young, their spirits unable to move on, become attached to the nearest object, a teddy bear, a rocking horse, a doll. When the child is reborn into a new family, their toy gets passed down with them, continuing the cycle of possession. This explains why toys are so desperate for attention, always wanting to be played with, why they're terrified of being abandoned, left in the attic, forgotten. Every time a child lets go, the toy suffers. And if the soul inside is strong enough, it might just find a way to make its presence known. Moving on to part 2. Remember Sid, the creepy neighbor kid from Toy Story? He wasn't just mean, he was scary. He took great pleasure in ripping toys apart, putting their innards on display. But what if Sid wasn't the villain, just a curious kid who uncovered the truth about toys? One fan theory suggests that Sid wasn't evil, just enlightened. He sensed that the toys were alive, not just as in animated, but as in had souls, and his experiments were an attempt to prove it. So when Buzz Lightyear shows up in Toy Story 2, we see Sid's true colors. Instead of playing with Buzz like the other kids, he tries to dissect him, to see what makes him tick, literally. And when he puts Buzz back together, he doesn't do it out of the goodness of his heart, but because he wants to use him in his evil plan. If this theory is true, then Sid is the only human being in the Toy Story universe who understands the horrifying truth. And when we see him again in Toy Story 3, now a garbage man, it's clear that he's being punished for what he knows. What do you think? Are toys possessed by demons or just really advanced robots? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more spine-chilling stories. See you next time. Theory time. Part 3. Woody's Dark History. Woody isn't just Andy's toy. He's old-fashioned, like from a Western TV show in the 1950s. How did Andy's dad get him? Well, here's a theory. Woody isn't just old. He's also incredibly loyal, maybe to a fault. He's willing to put his own needs aside for Andy, even if it makes Woody miserable. So here's the theory. Woody has lived through multiple children before Andy. Each time he's forced to reset, pretend like the new kid is the only one. That would explain why Woody is so insecure, and why he freaks out when he thinks Andy might replace him with Buzz. He remembers the pain of abandonment, not just once, but again and again. And that's why Woody's story is more sad than you think. Part 4. Buzz Lightyear's existential crisis. In the first movie, Buzz doesn't know he's a toy. But think about that for a second. How creepy is that? He believes he's a real space ranger until the horrifying truth hits him. And Buzz's breakdown isn't just funny, it's tragic. It's an allegory for existential dread. The moment you realize your life isn't what you thought it was, Buzz is like, I'm on a mission. And then he finds out he's just playing a part in someone else's game. That's terrifying. It's the same fear we all have, that we're just playing a role in a bigger story that we don't understand. We're all just Buzz Lightyear in different ways. Part 5. Are toys immortal? One of the darkest questions. Can toys ever die? We see broken toys, tortured toys, even burned toys, but they never really stop existing unless you completely destroy them. So toys are immortal in a way. They're trapped in a kind of prison with no escape. Imagine being stuck in a toy box for centuries, fully conscious, unable to move until someone decides to play with you. That's the real horror of the Toy Story. Now, drop a comment with your thoughts. Forget what you once thought you knew about this beloved film. We're peeling back the layers to reveal a sinister secret that will leave you questioning everything. As we journey through this twisted tale, remember to hit that thumbs up button if you're as shocked and intrigued as we are. Now let's dive in. Part 6. Lotso, the cult leader in Toy Story 3. We meet Lotso the bear. At first, he looks warm and friendly, but quickly reveals himself as a manipulative tyrant, ruling Sunnyside Daycare with an iron fist. On the surface, Lotso is just a bad guy toy, but the darker truth is that Lotso represents what happens when toys lose all hope of love. Theory: Lotso didn't just want power. He wanted to create a cult where toys worship him, because it gave him a twisted sense of control after being abandoned. Notice how Sunnyside feels less like a daycare and more like a prison camp. Toys are divided into classes. The chosen, who get the gentle kids, and the unlucky, who get toddlers that torture them. Lotso enforces this system like a dictator, brainwashing others with fear. This raises the creepy possibility that in Toy Story's universe, toys aren't just alive. They can create their own societies, hierarchies, and cult-like systems when humans aren't around. Part 7. Sunnyside Daycare equals purgatory. A really chilling fan theory says Sunnyside isn't just a daycare. It's purgatory for toys. Think about it. Toys enter believing it's paradise. Soon they realize it's a trap of endless suffering. Escape is nearly impossible. In this interpretation, Lotso is less of a villain and more of a fallen angel, a Lucifer-like figure who rules over the trapped souls. Toys tossed into Sunnyside are like the dead, abandoned by their children, forgotten, left to rot. They can't die, but they can't live fully either. This would explain why the atmosphere of Toy Story 3 feels so much darker and heavier than the earlier films. Pixar wanted us to feel the weight of eternal limbo, a fate worse than death. Creepy symbolism for adults. USA/UK audience loves this layer. Sunnyside equals purgatory. Lotso equals Lucifer. Figure the toys equals lost souls, trapped in cycles of suffering. Andy S. Room equals heaven, the place of love. Belonging, the garbage fire scene equals hell. The final end all toys fear. If you've made it this far, you're officially part of the Pixar Theory Squad. Drop a comment so we know you're one of the true fans. Your mind is officially blown. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to join our mind-bending journey through the multiverse of fan theories. Next, check out the Toy Story theories that will change your mind. See you soon. Toy Story has kept us laughing and crying for decades. But what if there's more to the story? What if there's hidden secrets in plain sight? Let's explore some disturbing Toy Story fan theories that will change everything. Part 8. Did Andy know all along? On the surface, Toy Story shows us Andy as a normal kid who loves his toys. But what if Andy wasn't as innocent as he seemed? 1. The strange behavior. Andy often talks to his toys as if they can hear him. He never questions why they always seem to be just right where he left them. Could Andy have subconsciously known they were alive? 2. The fan theory. Some fans believe Andy did know, but chose to pretend he didn't. Think about it. If your toys moved when you weren't looking, wouldn't you freak out? Maybe Andy suppressed the truth to protect himself, living in denial. His strong bond with Woody could be explained by this. Not just love, but fear of losing a friend he knew was real. 3. The dark twist. What if Andy wasn't in control at all? What if the toys were manipulating his memories, making him think he was imagining things? This would flip the entire story. Andy wasn't the master. The toys were. Part 9. The garbage fire scene equals toy death. One of the darkest moments in the entire franchise is in Toy Story 3, when Woody, Buzz, and the others are trapped on the conveyor belt, sliding into the garbage incinerator. 1. Acceptance of death. Notice how the toys stop struggling. They hold hands, close their eyes, and wait for the flames. This isn't just fear, it's acceptance of death. 2. Symbolism of hellfire. The fire represents eternal damnation for toys. They can survive damage, abandonment, even years in storage. But fire is the one true end for immortal beings. Fire isn't just destruction, it's release. 3. Why this scene hits so hard for kids? It's just scary. But for adults, it mirrors human mortality. After years of suffering, maybe death is the only escape toys truly have. 4. The chilling what if. What if the toys weren't saved by the claw? That would mean the beloved Toy Story franchise ended with the heroes willingly burning alive. Pixar pulled back at the last second, but the darkness of that moment shows us what the toys fear most. Not being unloved, but being erased forever.